And you said it before, Michael. It's a real sense of gratitude. Each athlete, none of them taking for granted the fact that they get to race here.
Exactly. Today's weather forecast here in Kailua Kona. Hawaii on the Big Island. Temperature today 88 degrees. Top temperature Celsius-wise 31. Road temperature is going to be 85 right now. It's going to heat up to about 120 out on the lava fields. That's 29 degrees right now. Water temperature, a beautiful 82 degrees. You could take a cake of soap out there and have a nice little bath. I would suggest that for you there, Michael. 28 degrees and humidity at 74% right now. But the wind speed only 3.5 miles an hour. But guys, 18 knots right now in Hawaii. It's going to kick up a little bit. Is it going to pose a problem?
That right there is the weather here, but what's it like out on this iconic race course? Let's have a close look at the map through and through.
Let's go on over to Dee Griesbauer and explain the swim.
Our athletes will get started this morning walking down those steps we just saw into Kailua Bay, one of the most emotionally charged starts in sport. It is a very simple, elongated, rectangular course with just two simple right-hand turns when the athletes will then make their way back to that same set of stairs where they'll exit the bay and enter transition 1.
And then once out onto the Ventum bike course, it is one lap, a little mini warm-up loop in town before you head right up the Kuakini and back down into town. The crowds will send you right out onto the historic and famous Queen Ka'ahumanu Highway. The Queen K, as we call it here for short, all the way through those lava fields, out and away they go. It can be desolate, lonely, windy, and hot. And then once you get to a final turning point in Kauai High, the road trends up, and away towards Hawaii. At nearly 60 miles, you'll find yourself in a completely different climatological zone, and you will turn around and come right back and do the same thing again. But note, almost 2,200 meters of climbing. That's almost 6,000 feet of vertical change back through Kauai High, all the way up the scenic point, past the airport, and then you're going to come right on in where you transition for discipline number 3.
Unlike the bike course, the run course is relatively flat. They head out to Pahoehoe Park where they make the U-turn at 3 miles. Back to Palani Road, which is the hill on the run course, out to the Energy Lab, back into town on the Queen Ka'ahumanu Highway before running down the famed Ali'i Drive for the finish line of the Vegas.
And now our women professionals are off. They have their turn to start this Ironman World Championship. Again, we are likely to see Lucy Charles Barclay, and I see her stroke right there on the left of your screen. Lauren Brandon, that is her right cap, also moving to the front. Those two may work together throughout this swim. Last year, Lauren Brandon, stung by a jellyfish, wasn't able to keep pace with Lucy Charles Barclay. I think Lucy is actually looking for a little help from her this morning.
Well, Dee, right there, you had Lucy Charles off with a quick start. Lauren Brandon losing a half step, but look at her move right across.
It's coming up, getting a little bit of help on terra firma, runs up the stairs, and we do have Lauren Brandon right on here, but Lucy Charles looks nice and comfortable. Lauren Brandon a little bit more gingerly getting up the stairs. Both these athletes going right through the showers, and Lauren Brandon definitely has focus, getting that swim skin off. She wants to make sure she can get on Lucy Charles Barclay's feet.
Cranking it.
Look at this position that she's got right now. Absolutely nice. The tuck position. You can see that the legs are in a beautiful position, and the nutrition is exactly where it.
A course like this.
Well, exactly. Speaking of holding your position, she's got her bottle, as you can see, the 1.4 liter with her tube coming out. She's not leaving tuck to ever take a sip of water. In 2011, a study was made that it said that they take 100 sips of water in a full bike leg of the Ironman, and the aero penalty they averaged out between a bottle on the down tube behind your seat and between your arms was 1.5 seconds per sip. So it's the hydration you're carrying is slowing you down, but in addition, accessing your hydration slows you down. That's
she was sidelined by injury for a lot of this year. It took a lot longer for her to recover from those than she thought. She validated her slot by competing at Ironman Copenhagen with less than 24 hours left in that validation.
Woman that not only did you not count her out, but she not seen her lose a race since 2014. So I'm going to say, before anyone bets against her, let's watch this next 10, 12K. Then we can start to talk.
7 degrees and climbing at 61% humidity. It drops in the middle of the day, but in the afternoon it comes back. You are looking at beautiful overhead shots of the North Kahala coast of Kona, Hawaii, the Big Island, that is the host of the Vega Ironman World Championship. Today we have our first athlete, and that just so happens to be our two-time Ironman World Champion, Jan Frodeno.
And the form that he has, the stride length that he has, makes it look easy and cruise. But when you saw him hang that hard left
arm here, again, the women threw largely intact.
That actually takes a little bit of extra just mental focus, and that takes energy. Well, of course, she certainly is a great racer. You know, your second place here, you go toe-to-toe with Danielle off the bike last year. This is an interesting position for Anna Haug. Certainly do not count her out, clearly, though. I mean, her running style is pretty good. In the men's race, actually, the guy that, when they came across up the top of the hill that looked slightly better than everybody else was Sebi.
Right now, Lucy Charles-Barclay. This is where Germany takes the lead for the very first time in history on the women's run course here. You can see that now it is Lucy Charles-Barclay and also Annie Haug just going by.
And you could see it exactly as you said, Dee. It deflated her. You could see you could visibly see the run form change. The fight is still there inside her head, inside her heart. Sarah Crowley rolling past you to take second spot, but Lucy, hang on to that podium.
The shorter stride, but the more efficient stride of Sarah Crowley from Australia is able to just pick up the pace and overtake Lucy there. No exchange of words or anything there, but you can see that Lucy Charles just losing a little bit of time now to Sarah Crowley. Might want to just stay in the same rhythm. It's going to happen. Just keep that same rhythm going for Lucy Charles-Barclay. It may be enough to hang on to that podium spot today. But now look.
But this is the repass. You don't get this often, Dee. Walk us through it.
You really don't get this often. We can see the gritting teeth of Sarah Crowley as Lucy Charles-Barclay did not give up on it. We saw it, you know, when Sarah went by her, she was absolutely stone-faced. She didn't look super good, but within 5 or 10 minutes, Lucy sort of got her stride back, and now we see Sarah Crowley starting to fail. So what a gritty move by Lucy Charles-Barclay.
Anna Haug, she's about to make the first German victory speech we've ever seen in the women's race.
We still haven't seen a smile on her face, however.
No.
That's all going to be released here pretty soon as she turns onto Elite Drive. She's been stone cold. Right now, you can see it right here. There it goes. The mouth sort of starts to come open. It's going to be hard to hold back the emotion now because she only has 500 yards to run into the finish line. And look how fast she's running. She's running 17 kilometers an hour right now. That's 10 miles, 10.5 miles per hour. That's a little bit faster than what Frodo come around the road just over 45 minutes ago. This has been so impressive by Annie Haug. She has really taken the race by the horns at the moment, and as you can see, this 6:25 mile pace over the last 2 miles has absolutely separated her from the other women in the race today, and it's going to be good enough for her first victory at the Ironman World Championship.
She's going to be just at 250 or maybe 251. The course record, remember, for Marie Carfrae, 250.26. Let's see if she can topple that. I don't think so, but again, she's not racing for records. She's racing for the win, and the win is what she has right there in front of her. The most magical moment in all of triathlon, all of Ironman, is this part of Elite Drive, and it is all for you, Anna Haug. You've earned it.
She absolutely has, but I tell you, she's given out a couple of high fives, but she is not slowing down at all. If she's soaking it in, she's soaking it in at warp speed.
Well, last year she went 8:41.58, good enough for third place. It normally is that you move up one time a year, but she's going to leapfrog second place and straight into the winner's circle right here, because Annie Haug is going to not only break her time, but she's going to go into the books as a third fastest Ironman athlete ever at the World Championship here. The Vega World Championship right here in Kailua Kona is coming to a close for Annie Haug. It's going to be the very first time that she has taken the Ironman World Championship. Annie Haug swam brilliantly today. She was very strong on the bike ride, but it was the run where she dominated. And now, for the very first time, the young German is going to take the Ironman World Championship crown. Annie Haug from Germany. 1:07 marathon brings her home for the championship win today here at the 2019 Vega Ironman World Championship. And Dee, what an incredible run. Just missing out on the race record on the run here.
She came up a little short of that run course record, but what a performance from her. The smile says it all. Congratulations. She's getting there from Andrew Messick, and she's making her way through the finish area, trying to find family, trying to find her supporters, and she's earned it.
Only 9 minutes slower than that of Jan Frodeno, our men's winner today. So absolutely impressive as we see now. Annie getting the hug from the family out here down in Kailua Kona. And very well done today, Andrew Messick. Like you said, just giving the congratulatory shaking of the hand there and a hug. And with the winner's wreath over the head, we're going to go down to Mike Riley in just a few moments to get our winning interview with Annie Haug. But what an incredible race today as we look overhead right now at the Vega Ironman World Championship finish line. Annie Haug taking her first of what might be many at the World Championship.
Back on the road, bottom right here of your screen, Lucy Charles fought her way back in, but let's get to the finish line.
What a tremendous day you had. Had a good swim, had a good bike, but you had an amazing run of 2:51:06.
Oh, I didn't expect that, but yeah, the whole run felt pretty amazing. So, I mean, I can't believe it. It was just, yeah, amazing.
Well, to come from behind and pass the girls, to pass them when you're going by, did you think they were going to stay with you, or did you knew your pace was so much better?
Yeah, I mean, I just concentrate on myself. You can't influence how strong the others are and how much energy she saved. But I mean, I made up 8 minutes on the first half marathon, so I thought I would be maybe a bit faster. So, but you never know. Maybe she run a bit conservative in the first half, and you have to bring it home after half marathon. The marathon starts normally, so I really need to focus on my own running, on my own pace, and always think, okay, stay concentrate, take every aid station, and be smart. Don't overpace and bring it to the finish line, and it worked pretty well.
Well, the Ironman Copenhagen race you had going 8:43 was a great setup for this race. Do you feel that race was something that put you in the driver's seat here?
Yeah, it gives me, to be honest, a lot of confidence because my season wasn't like I expected with all the injuries. So bouncing back this way was like fantastic for my head, and I knew I'm strong enough on my own. Even if the pack is not going well, I can push it on my own and have a decent marathon because I put now a little bit of run training in my legs. So.
And don't you love this Kona crowd? What do you think about them, huh?
Oh, it's so amazing. Thank you very much for everyone cheering for me. It was amazing. It really pushes me on, and yeah, the finish line is just gigantic.
And plenty of your German friends are here also. Where are they at?
Thank you very much for cheering.
Annie Haug, your women's champion, Vega Ironman women's champion. One more time, an amazing day.